Glassman's World. I'm Dan the Glassman, and it's early. It's gosh, I don't even know, like 5:30 in the morning, 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. here in Albuquerque, and today's the day, guys. Um, we've had an extra refrigerator that we've had since during the whole lockdowns. We acquired it through a Craigslist ad. I wanted to get an extra refrigerator because, during all those times of lockdown and everything that we were going through, it seemed like food was getting scarce and things were a little bit up in the air and a little bit iffy, right? And so we were just, the way I've always lived, after I've lived off grid up at Camp Two Dogs and learning how to be self sustainable and things like that, I've always had a mindset of, just making sure that we have what we need, we have more than enough. We're always like prepared for, in case um, power goes out in our home, or even if there's like a huge power grid situation. Um, if any sort of issues occur, like EMPs, if if just like weather situations occur, a lot of people have been having to live through fires and floods lately and things like that. And it's good to just be able to have like backup plans and different things and stuff. And so during the lockdowns and everything, one of our backup plans was, we made sure that we outfitted our home with well, we have a little tiny two-bedroom apartment, guys. So we live in a very small, um, cozy space. It's actually really nice. It's actually one of the larger um, open floor plans for an apartment. If you ever like, when we've looked at homes and we've gone into like our friends' homes and things like that, and you go into their bedrooms and you notice that their bedrooms are like, they're usually like only like 11, 13 by 13, like they're really small. Our place here, we have only a little two-bedroom apartment, but we have a really large master bedroom. And then the other bedroom is just a regular, probably, I would guess, an 11 by 11, something like that. I don't know, probably not much bigger than that. And so, yeah, we have a real small place. It's cozy though. But during the lockdowns, we acquired an extra refrigerator. And this extra refrigerator, it really came in handy. I mean, we weren't sure what was going on with all the food supplies. Food was going scarce. And before lockdowns, like ever since I'm guessing around 2015, I found out about this place called the Center for Peace and Justice, the Albuquerque Center for Peace and Justice. We all know it as the Peace and Justice Center. Um, and it's located by the University of New Mexico, by UNM, here in Albuquerque, off of Harvard and Silver Streets, just south of Central and to the east of Yale. So if you know that location, that main area there by the university, it's pretty easy to get to, right on the corner of Silver and Harvard. Every Saturday at 9 a.m., they do a free food line for the community, so anyone who's in need can utilize this food. When I first found out about it, I was actually, I had just started going to an ashram to learn about Hinduism and practicing Krishna consciousness, learning how to practice Krishna consciousness. And we had our ashram just right across the street, basically from the free food line. And I believe back then, um, I don't know if they had it on a different day. Maybe it was every Saturday. I thought it was on Wednesdays, but that could have been something else. But basically, we would go over there from the ashram, and several of the members of our Krishna conscious community, we would go over there and get a bunch of foods and breads and all kinds of things. So that way we could then bring it back to the ashram, and we'd have plenty of foods to be able to feed the members and anyone else who would join us for kirtan and for the just for the nightly sessions and things like that. So that's where it began for me, was from the ashram, and going across the street, grabbing the extra food so we could then feed and serve others, and make sure that there was plenty and that there was extra. And then we learned how to turn all that food, the free food, into prasadam, which basically is just blessed foods, blessed by Krishna. So that's pretty much where my whole experience with the food line came, was through all that. And then throughout the years, I just kept going, and then I found out, early on, that my cousin, or um, like I don't know, like we're somehow connected through family and things like that. And so I found out that his father had started to find, like, 13 years prior to that, when I first started going. So I started going around 2015. So, like, I guess around like Y2K or 2012 was when they started that food line. And so, my cousin, he told me, like, yeah, anytime you want to come by or whatever. And then also at the time, that was when I started having issues with not having a vehicle back then. And he said, oh yeah, if you ever need me to just bring you a box of food, I'll bring you a box of food. That never really occurred. I think he maybe brought me a box of food one time, and then I just was like, I gotta just keep going every Saturday if I want to get it. So that's what I ended up doing, and I got into this routine. So once the lockdowns hit, um, they've known me for so many years. I started helping and volunteering over there at the food line, and at the end of the day, everyone would already get all their food, and there'd still be so much leftovers. So I ended up started taking all kinds of, like, leftovers, like boxes of bananas, boxes of bread, boxes of any sort of produce that was left behind. And so I got into this habit of taking the extra foods and stuff. And so during the lockdown, we ended up acquiring an extra refrigerator. And so, like, for the last, what, 4 years now, ever since like 2019, 2020, well, probably 2020, we acquired the refrigerator, and we started to put the extra food in there because I wasn't able to disperse it right away. I wasn't able to get it to, like, the homeless camps right away. And then where my father was staying, he was like in a studio just like off Central over here, where it wasn't the best place, but it was low income, low rent, and a lot of people who were living there, they were pretty hard off, didn't have much. And so whenever I'd come every Saturday, they'd come out from their units, and they'd grab whatever foods that they would want from me. So eventually our car broke down, and I wasn't able to continue doing the distribution to all the homeless camps and to where my father was staying. Eventually my father ended up having issues. I won't go into any of that and stuff, but he no longer lives there, and so I no longer take food over to there. Also, without a vehicle, I can't just carry boxes and boxes of bananas and avocados and tomatoes and bread and all this stuff. So um, I basically started gathering any little extra that I could for our home during COVID, during lockdowns, and all that stuff, and for any of our friends who may want to come by and pick up anything in need. There were times when some of our friends needed something. They were out of bread, out of milk, out of whatever they, just out of something, and we had a little extra that then we could help out with. We are blessed with too much food. A lot of our food ends up just going to compost because we can't get to eating it all. But it also comes from the free food line, where a lot of that's just going to go to the trash or the compost anyways. So And for me, being a gardener, knowing that, the cycle of life and how we have Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, everything all working together, that compost helps to bring and sustain life once again. So we need that, so it's good. And even if foods go into the dump in the trash, that's good too, because there's a lot of animals that are out there scavenging, looking for foods and stuff. So if some fresh foods go out there for the animals that live at the dump sites, that's good. And also, taking compost to dump sites, that's just going to help bring vegetation back. Once they cover it over with earth and then they rebuild, new development on top of dumps and stuff like that, you want to put back that compost and those foods into the soil. It'll help to regenerate the earth again over a big old trash pile. So, basically, I now have to get rid of the refrigerator. I don't have to get rid of it, but I want to. The reason why is because, like I said, we live in a very small unit. It's a tiny unit, and it's interesting to have such a tiny small space. Rent went up during the whole lockdowns. We were looking for a bigger space, hoping to get like a 2 or 3 bedroom home, with a garage, an extra studio, an extra office space, something like that, a shed in the back, a workshop, something like that. That way I'm not using the extra bedroom for blowing glass. So, um, now we don't have a vehicle running anymore. I don't need to be distributing food anymore and stuff. We will always have extra food. That's the one thing, is we're always going to be blessed with so much food. If anyone ever needs food, please let us know, and we can cook you a meal. We can provide something for you. We have tons of canned foods that we'd never eat. It's all for backup plans, and a lot of that backup plan I have to get rid of, or else it's all going to expire. So I'll be getting rid of a lot of food soon. But as far as today, this refrigerator I got to get out. I basically got to like finish cleaning it up, and let's go take a look at it. While I got you here on the microphone, so check it out. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. So this is our living room here and our Christmas area. We got these awesome lawn decorations, which we don't have a lawn. Like I said, we don't have a home. So they're just like crowding up our our living room in here, taking up a lot of space, like a whole corner over here. But it's awesome. We have Christmas time here in the home. It's beautiful. We got a lot of Christmas going on over here. Take a look at our messy home. This is what it looks like. Screen's gone. We got a lot of beautiful artwork. That means that it's time to get ready for school. Beautiful Christmas village here. This is my mom's old Christmas village. God bless her soul. And what's that? What is that? Oh, got a Bigfoot. We got more Christmas. More Christmas, Christmas, Christmas time. Christmas time. So yeah, so we're basically getting ready for Christmas over here, guys. And one thing that I want to do is here, let me show you this. Check this out. Like I said, we got a bunch of canned foods, right? We don't eat them. I'm letting my son use the canned foods for a drum set. He's got his pencils right here. 5 years old, learning how to set up the drums with all different sounds and stuff. It's awesome. But yeah, so we're getting ready for the holidays and everything. And the reason why I'm getting rid of our refrigerator, our extra fridge, and check this out. I have to figure out where all this is going. This came out of the freezer. These came out of the freezer. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got stuff. So, but check it out. This is our extra fridge over here. It's like off in the corner. And this area I'm turning into my daughter's little space here. But I gotta empty it out. I'm gonna have to eat this today because pizzas don't fit in our other refrigerator. And I got a turkey I need to cook. I got golden raisins that I don't know what I'm gonna do with. Pretty much it's empty though. I gotta clean it. I just gotta clean it and it's ready to go. So the deal is that P&M apparently they do a appliance pickup, and then they give you a $75 credit or like a rebate towards your bill or something like that, or they send you a check. I don't know what it is, but you get 75 bucks. I was trying to sell that refrigerator for $200 because it's worth that. It's worth even more probably. It's a really nice is it Maytag or Whirlpool? Either way, it's a really nice refrigerator. I had it listed forever. I had a couple bites, and then they pulled away like, no, I'm okay. Don't need one now. Oh, I found a different one. I'm sorry. I'm like, man, I just need to get rid of it to make room. I don't really want to get rid of it. So I've just been holding on to it. But now it's Christmas time and I have something special for my daughter. We're going to set up a day bed over there on the side for her so she can have her own little area, her own little space, since we're so crowded over here. But eventually, we'll get ourselves a nice little 2 or 3 bedroom home. We'll have a bigger space and have some yard, little lawn, some area to put our lawn ornaments here, our decorations. But how you guys doing today? I don't even know if there's a way. Can I read comments? How do you read comments here? While this is vertical. Is there a way? Is there a way? Where's the comments? Hello, comments? Are these the comments? Live chat. Okay, there we go. I think live chat's on. Alright, so good morning, everyone. I only got a little bit of time. I just wanted to share real quick. It's kind of sad I have to let the refrigerator go. It's been nice to be able to help out the community when we were able to. But now I think we need to start asking for help and see if we can get our vehicle running. I need to find a mechanic who can help me with getting that going. And then also, I believe I'm going to have to just trade it in and get a truck. I'm not allowed to load up my oxygen tanks in a SUV or anything else besides a open bed truck. Maybe a work van, like a utility van, but I'm not buying a utility van for my family. So I'm going to try to get us a truck. Dual cab. We need the seats. So if you guys can help me manifest that for 2025, I've never purchased a vehicle in my life. I don't have any credit really built up on anything. My credit is, I think, okay, but because I haven't really established it or built it up, buying a vehicle is going to be one of those steps in order to do so. So, yeah, so just manifest with me that my orders keep on coming through, that glass balloons will blow up and, whoa, that glass balloons will take off, will lift off, that they will take off and give us an amazing rise in life and the quality of life. And so, yeah, next year, gonna manifest getting a vehicle. Hopefully we can get out of this place and into a bigger space. And, it's sad that I don't have a garage that I can just easily put this refrigerator in. The other thing, too, that sucks is that we have the refrigerator that comes in the apartment, We got that one over there, right? That one's small compared to the one that I got. But because it's not the apartment refrigerator, we called them and we were like, hey, we have an extra refrigerator, and our refrigerator's like been here for 5 years, and the light's blinking on and off when we open it, and one of the rails on the door doesn't hold the food on the shelf right, so we can't like put like glass bottles, dressings, salad dressings, any glass mayo jars or anything like that on that shelf, because sometimes when we open the door, everything just falls right out. So it's like we can't even really utilize that shelf on the door. And so I'm like, well, the fridge isn't out. It hasn't gone out. For the last 5 years, I've had to de-ice it myself and not on the landlord to get thing that we've taken care of it. It still works. It works fine. It's just about to go out. So I was asking them, and this is the secretary or the receptionist there, and I'm asking her. I'm like, well, will they credit us like $200 for rent if we exchange our refrigerator for the old one? And she's like, oh, well, if we knew that you guys needed a new refrigerator, we would have just replaced it. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but our refrigerator hasn't gone out. We just happened to get a second one during the lockdowns for extra food storage and stuff. Can we easily just swap it out and get a credit for the rent? That way you guys don't have to purchase a new one. And then she's like, well, I don't think that he'll give you $200 credit. What's the lowest you'll go? And maybe I can ask him. I was like, okay, well, the lowest that I'll go is like $100 credit on it. And, I have it listed at like 140 or 160 online, or it was. And she says, well, let me ask. I'll call you back. Never got a call back. So I'm like, you know what? Just call P&M. Let them come get it for 75 bucks. Whatever. I don't have the time anymore. I tried to sell it. I was really going to give one of you guys an amazing bargain on an amazing refrigerator. No one took me up on it. So now it's P&M's win. All of our loss. I wish I had the home to keep it. I wish we could easily swap it out for the refrigerator that we have or that we've had, because now the pizza that I have in the freezer is not going to fit. I'm going to have to do some crazy rearranging to see if I can get all that food to fit in the freezer. Oh my gosh, check it out. I've already done some crazy finagling over here. Like, look, this is our table here is like full of food. Like, we got so much food. Look at more food over here on the counter. This all came out of the freezer. Where am I putting this? Where am I putting this? Freezer. Look at our freezer. Our freezer is pretty much full. And let's see. Does the light do its flicker? Oh, look, the light actually works for you guys. Oh, oh. Is it going to flicker on and off? What if I hit it? Oh, look, now it's actually working. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. It usually flickers on and off because of this thing. Oh my gosh, that is so weird. Now it's working. So yeah, where am I going to put all the food, guys? And we have a turkey. Where am I supposed to put the turkey once we cook it? Like I said, we're blessed with food, guys. We have so much food, too much food, a lot of food. We have a plethora of food, just like food, 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 all food. We have all kinds of food. We're good. We're never going to starve over here. We have a 5-year-old who eats more than me. All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go because I got to spend like a few hours cleaning the refrigerator, rearranging the old freezer and trying to fit this stuff in. I have a ice box, a cooler outside that's full of toys. I'm going to have to dump those out into a box, clean that out, and put all of the ice. We got all those like ice blocks. I don't know what to do with all those ice blocks now. They're just going to sit in the cooler, I guess. All right. Well, this ain't very important. This ain't probably even exciting at all. But at least we get to see a beautiful Christmas tree, and you get to hear a little bit more of my life and a little bit more of the Glassman's world here. So, yeah, that's my dilemma. Now we're going to figure out how do we live with half the freezer space that we've been used to having since 2000 or 2020. Sorry. since 2000. Oh my gosh, since 2020. And then now figuring out when I go shopping, I'm gonna have to really be mindful of like, wait, how much space do we have in the fridge? What do we really need? Like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna change things up. All right, but we're gonna have a turkey here soon. I gotta cook up a turkey, and we got a lot of food. So if anyone here locally is in need, I'm gonna be making stuff. Like I got peaches that came out of the freezer. I'm gonna probably make like some peach cobbler or something. I got bananas. I'm gonna have to make some smoothies with. We got cherries. I'm gonna have to make some cherry pies. I don't know if it's all gonna fit. We're gonna see. But I don't know. There you guys go. P&M, you guys are getting an awesome refrigerator, and everyone else who I tried to sell it to, sorry, but it's gone now. Too bad. All right, so sad. Goodbye. Have a good day, you guys. Merry Christmas, and I hope you guys figured out any of your dilemmas that you're going through, and hope everything works out for you as best as possible. All right, love and blessings, guys. Thanks for listening to my weird little spiel here. Time for a little 420 session. All right, I'm out. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.